Hello and welcome to my home show. Today we are going to explore a profound topic, white martyrdom in today's world. To explore deeper today's topic, I was lucky today to be joined by Gen Z, Gloria Mary Ogochukwu. Hey. So we'll be also in our today's show with Antoine Muhombania.
Yes.
Nzanzu.
Yeah.
Which comes first and which comes next?
Nzanzu comes first. Nzanzu, Muhombania, then Antoine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ngabo, Andrew Gisa. Thanks so much for joining our today's show.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It's always a pleasure.
All right, it is going to be hot. Before we get into today's conversation, I want Gloria, please say something in the local language. I'm very sure they are ready to understand and they feel happy to hear the language.
Okay.
5 seconds.
Ndibai daluno abomwa donye kun ekele dilunu.
What does it mean?
Oh, it means I was saying hi to my people that I'm one of their own daughter. Yeah.
Antoine, can you do the same but not in this language? What is language? What is it?
It's Igbo language.
Igbo.
Yeah, one of the languages in Nigeria. Yeah.
Igbo. Antoine, not in Nigeria.
Yes. Habari yenu, natumai mlipitisha mchana mwema na walika kufuata kipindi My Home Show kwenye PACIS TV.
Wow. Chono mvisemo PACIS TV. Andrew Gisa. It is your turn.
Mwese tubahaye ikaze kuri kino kiganiro kabisa twifuza ko muza kuryoherwa kandi kabisa mwese ijoro ryiza.
All right, dear viewers, before we start our conversation, I kindly remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. So, as usual, the name of the host is Ferry HT. Andrew, where is Jenny said? Are you also Jenny said?
No, I think we are the millennials here. We are the millennials here, so we'll give a different point of view, which is actually good for the viewers.
All right, so we are talking about Gen Z and white martyrdom, though it is not today's topic, but we are sitting with alongside Gen Z, and someone among those who are watching now may think that we are going to talk about the. Why are you laughing? The Gen Z situation these days. Is there something it has to do with the Gen Z in today's situation? The Gen Z, what are they are busy with something. Can you call that a white martyrdom or red martyrdom?
I think the best way to address that would be to first define the two for our viewers. I would say red martyrdom is what most people identify with martyrdom, and that involves a dying or a person passing away when for a higher conviction, being for us Christians, being for our Lord Jesus Christ or God. However, white martyrdom is different in this kind, in that for it there is no death involved, just involves personal sacrifice by sacrificing glory, comfort, when it's done in the name of the Lord. So I think after defining those two, I would say for the Gen Zs, in the modern world, I think they've taken it a step further in that they obviously are go-getters. They chase after what they want, but they make their problems the entire world's problems, if I can put it like that.
Antoine,
Okay.
You are you busy with the ready martyrdom or white martyrdom?
White martyrdom. I think, depending on the situation and depending on maybe the places, they are busy with both of them, white and red martyrdom. Yes, depending on the cases, depending actually on the goal they want to attain, depending on what they are defending. Yes, they may be passing away, they may die, or they may also sacrifice some like some privileges like comfort to make their voice understood. Yeah.
Gloria.
I
So
would,
they're doing it.
I would go
Good
with
things.
both red and white. So far it involves selfless sacrifices and not putting oneself first. It speaks a lot. Yeah.
Anyway, the Gen Z did in Kenya doesn't have nothing to do with our today's topic. That was just a starter to warm up. So let's start the page and then we start our conversation. Anyway, what did you, Gisa talked about it just in a few words, but Antoine,
Yes.
what is the meaning of white martyrdom in our today's world?
You know, today's world, what I would define as the meaning of white martyrdom, as we know, as he defined it, white martyrdom is kind of different from red martyrdom, in the sense that white martyrdom actually deals with, not with death, but with other great values or other things that you may sacrifice, being your comfort, being your privileges, pleasures that life can give. So what does it have to do with the today's world? As we know, in the today's world, I would say the mantra or the creed is to be busy and to consume. Like things are consumed very fast, things are being done very fast. And in today's world, we can see that there's a kind of individualism, like putting myself forward, putting myself at the first place. So white martyrdom may be understood in the sense of sacrificing all what this world has to offer as pleasures, as comfort, and stick to the fundamentals, faith in our case as Christians. Yeah.
Dear Andrew, how this has evolved from early Christian tradition to modern times?
So, what I would say is the difference between now and then. I feel in the present day, life is valued more. If we just check the most celebrated matters, red martyrdom was celebrated more. But I believe in the modern times, as the world has come to see the value of life, the sanity has improved. I think right now we are starting to appreciate more the white martyrdom because sometimes the red martyrdom can go to the extreme levels. I think we had the previous show was about the Uganda matters. So that's red martyrdom, and that's the common. Those are the people who are celebrated more. But as the world modernizes, we live the 80s days, we start celebrating more white martyrdom, especially if it's an individual journey.
Gloria, is white martyrdom relevant only for religious believers?
No, I believe that it goes a long way. It can also go with one's belief, even if it doesn't relate to religion. So far they are engaging in it selflessly for benefit of others and not for their own benefit. Yeah.
Are you married?
No, I'm not married.
When are you getting married?
I don't know.
Okay. Can choosing celibacy, poverty, or a life of mission today be considered white martyrdom?
Yes.
How?
Because you are depriving yourself the pleasure of the world. So I believe it can be considered white martyrdom. Yeah, against one's will. Yeah.
Antoine, are you married?
No, I'm not yet.
So you understand this? You have the same view?
Yes, I have the same view. In the case that if you believe that there is more for you, like more in terms of value or in terms of, let me say, something that you value, there's more value in celibacy than in getting married. yes, I think it can be considered as white martyrdom because you are sacrificing what the world has to offer, like marriage and all the pleasures that goes with it. You are sacrificing to what you esteem valuable. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Andrew. Choosing celibacy.
Me personally,
And
obviously I'm married. Let me first say that to our viewers, I'm married, but I don't believe that.
because
So,
you're married.
Not because I'm married.
Right?
Eh,
Okay.
So it's not because I'm married, but me, I don't see that it can only be white martyrdom if it's done with the purpose of the higher moral ground when it's for the kingdom of God. An example I can give, I go to gym. The people I gym with, we all talk about intermittent for we are fasting, but that's not white martyrdom because these people, a person eats 1 meal in 2 days, the person is fasting, but they're doing it for their physical health. We have these people, an example I can give, we have people who are said diabetic, alcoholic, who are trying to cut weight. And when you talk to the person, they pass by a pizza place, they will tell you, I'm craving, but I'm going to fast for my health. That's not white martyrdom. It can only be white martyrdom if it's done with God behind that. But once fasting, if that's not white martyrdom, celibacy. But if it's celibacy for my person, some people are shy. Some people are just shy, and that's why they are celibate. But that's not white martyrdom. If a person got a chance, but if it's done with God in mind, because that would be fornication, then that is white martyrdom. Me, that's how I would put it.
But I think by doing that, you are loving yourself. And this is what God wants us to do. Right?
So you are saying if someone is doing it for the purpose of others, it's not white martyrdom. It can only be white martyrdom when it's God, when God is his sole purpose.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes, if it's for if a doctor gave you that, if you have ulcers, for example, the doctor tells you take 2 weeks without taking hard alcohol and you're struggling, that you're doing it for your health. There is no God there. There is.
What of priests, for instance? They are doing it for the sole purpose of serving the church, for people. They are doing it selflessly for people. They marry the church.
Priests.
Yeah.
Priests don't regarding celibacy.
Yeah. Is that not considered white martyrdom as well?
For priests, that they've taken, that's a mission, and mission is white martyrdom.
Yeah, and you said life of mission.
Yes, that's a mission. That's martyrdom. They're not doing it with personal goal in mind. They're doing it because it's a mission. So I think that's when you're doing it for people to see, when you're doing it for the world to appreciate you, then that leaves the purpose of God behind that. And I think in the definition they both gave, we had the moral high ground for the God behind. If I come and fast and I'm telling everyone I'm fasting, is that still white martyrdom? I don't think.
It's not exactly.
But I think I'm not yet convinced, but let's say that building my body, I'm protecting or gymming. When I'm going to in the gym every week, twice a week, or even 5 times a week, but I'm preserving that gift from God. So don't you think it's just something good?
So can I ask
For me, I think it is a kind of white martyrdom because we are cherishing, we are preserving that gift we got from God, right?
Okay, when you bring it out like that, preserving the body of God, there I agree.
Yeah,
however, if you sample out 10 people, if you sample out 10 people in a gym and you ask them why are you gymming, I can assure you 0 will say I'm trying to protect the temple of God.
What does it mean?
You can just go to any gym and sample out. No one will tell you it's for the temple of God. Most will just say to look good for someone, to feel comfortable, to be healthy. It really comes out that it's for the purposes for the kingdom of God, for God. It really comes out like that. So I think it's only white martyrdom if God is behind everything.
And Anton.
Yes, I will agree on that point with him, because bringing the idea that I'm doing it for protecting my body, I think it's just covering up, like trying to make up your selfish desires by God's principle. Yeah, sure.
Gloria.
Okay, for me, I don't agree with them. I believe also doing it with other people in mind, selflessly, without your own gain in mind, and even though it has nothing to do with one's morals and faith, it can still be considered white martyrdom. Yeah.
Gloria is an activist. What is activist anyway?
What is activist?
Yeah,
I think.
Activist. Yeah.
Yeah, I think an activist is someone who fights for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you mind if we call you activist?
No, I don't mind.
Because on social media we see people, they call themselves activists and activist. We see them everywhere. So I don't know who crowned them to be activists. So anyway, but the activities that you do, they are the ones to show that you are really an activist. These days, activists or truth tellers in oppressive systems, can they be qualified as what matters? You are an activist.
Oh, yeah, I think they can be considered white martyrs because most times they put their careers at edge. They put their own like their careers, their professions, their safety along the line, just by saying the truth about things, just by giving their own views. Yeah, so I believe it can be considered white martyrdom as a result of that. Yeah.
Really? Andrew?
So I'm fearing me and Ugochukwu, it seems we are overclashing, so I'm fearing to speak my mind. Can I speak my mind?
Yeah.
Me, I believe we have to be careful when we first say oppression. So who's oppressed? Your oppression might not be my oppression. Because if I can give an example of Rwanda, you know, if we go outside, people might think we're oppressed because we do umuganda, and people might say, can we fund you, and you become an activist, you fight against, for example, these Sophias for speed. Some people say Rwandans we are oppressed because we maintain the speed limit. So we have to be careful how we define oppression. Because if you're an activist, you think you're fighting for my right, but as you're running around the city, you're throwing stones and breaking my shop, and people are looting my shop, then you the activist, you're oppressing me. So me, I believe we have to be careful when we label activists as matters. Why? Some have ulterior motives. Do you believe that? Do you
believe that?
Yeah, it can happen.
Okay.
Yes, some have ulterior motives. So we have to be careful labeling all activists as matters. Yes, we may have some who truly feel they can fight the oppression, but why do you think I'm oppressed? Actually, our president has ever asked, why do you think I'm oppressed? Because when I'm drunk and I'm caught, I'll go to jail for 5 days. That's the law. Lawlessness should not be a way of saying if there is no law, that there is no oppression. So we have to be careful how we label the oppressed, and after finding out who is oppressed, we have to make sure these activists, they are not ulterior motives. Otherwise, you might find if we have 10 activists, you might find the one who's doing it for that with truth in mind might be one person, and the rest you find they are just after the looting, they're after funny business. But when there's no oppression, when they think they're oppressed, but it's just lawlessness that they need. So we have to be careful there.
We need to be careful, Antoine. I don't remember exactly what you say. What you talked about what is happening in Nairobi. The Gen Zs, can we call them the activists?
Yes, they are activists.
They are activists.
Yes, they are fighting for a reason.
But Andrew talked about looting, and this is what they are doing. They are looting. They are destroying the roads that the government the government built. So
Yeah.
how are you calling them or qualifying them as martyrs?
Yes, I agree that it can go to the extent of maybe doing what they are doing with the roads and everything, but I don't think that we should limit their cause on only that and make their cause not legit because of only that, because we know that it's a lot of people, and when dealing with a lot of people, it may happen that they go beyond limit. But what we have to look at, first of all, is the cause they are defending. They want, like they are fighting for their right. They are fighting for what they believe is their right, and they are fighting with means which are not illegit. Like they are expressing their freedom of speech, like going through the roads and claiming your right. That's not illegit, it's legit. So if they believe that they have a right to fight for, and a right which can actually bring them out of what they consider oppression, I think yes, if they feel oppressed and they can express that, and they believe that by expressing it, it will free them. And actually it freed them, because we heard that some of the decisions were retaken, like the bill, the financial bill and things like that. So I think yes, it's a kind of white martyrdom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, let's leave it out. We're not discussing about the Gen Z.
Sure.
Actions in Nairobi.
Yeah.
But we are talking about the white martyrdom in today's world. Are you on social media, Gloria, Mary?
Yes.
Yes. Which one?
Most of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Answer.
Yes.
I follow you. I'm not going to ask you such a stupid question. Yeah. So, do you think facing social media backlash, just because of your moral conviction or professional loss for moral convictions, can it be considered as a modern form of martyrdom on social media?
I believe yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why I believe so? In this modern world, we've reached a point whereby expressing Christianity, if I can call it that, is normally faced with, you normally face backlash, especially with, I don't want the alphabet people. So if you just express your view regarding that, when the Christian belief is the moral high ground you're standing on, normally the people have been cancelled. People have been cancelled, lost their, people who earn through social media have lost their livelihoods just like that, by standing on ground and say, I think that J.K. Rowling, the lady for Harry Potter, she was previously banned, faced so much backlash because she stood on her moral high ground. So me, I can personally term that as white martyrdom. However, I'm coming off as 50-50 because I'm seeing some people now go there and just sound judgmental. If you're doing it for people to see, that's not white martyrdom. If I go, I see people enjoying and then I throw a verse at them, then that is there, you're doing it. One, you're judging them. You have no more high ground to stand on, because let you has not seen through the first stone. You do your thing, and leave that. Don't become judgmental. Just stand on your moral high ground. If you feel something doesn't align with your beliefs, stand on it, but don't throw it around for people to make everyone uncomfortable. I think that's my view on that.
And you have something to add?
Yes, I have something to add. As he said, he's coming 50-50. I think we also have to come 50-50 when we talk about being judgmental, because I'm sure that whenever you will be standing at your convictions, yes, some people will always feel judged, because not all people will agree with what you're saying, even if you're not pointing it to them, but they will actually recognize themselves in what you're saying. I may take an example. When you're reading the Bible, okay, you don't have any problem with God, but sometimes when you're reading the Bible, you feel like it's pointing at you. Yes, because it's something that is right, and whoever is not right will always feel judged by something which is right, and we can't actually prevent ourselves of sounding judgmental. Yeah, sometimes we just have to stand for it. Yeah.
Yeah, we are in the world of comfort. Do you think the culture of comfort and instant gratification can make what martyrdom less necessary? Probably.
Yeah. Because a lot of times people leave the main purpose of white martyrdom to glorify other peoples. So when such happens, it can be that case. Yeah.
What do you think?
What was the question again?
Yeah, has the culture of comfort and instant gratification made white martyrdom less necessary? Even more necessary?
Yes, I actually think it's made it more necessary, because nowadays it's easy to be comfortable. Like, there are means of transport, there are means of like most of the basic things are like found easily, and the idea of sacrifice is actually fading. Like, one might ask themselves, why should I sacrifice? Why should I leave my pleasures for something like this? So I think, yes, martyrdom is more necessary in this today's world.
Yeah. Okay. Andrew, do you think do modern believers and leaders encourage or discourage the idea of sacrificial living?
I believe they discourage it. Why I say that, I believe even with the social media rising, the rise of social media, the IT world, I believe our people in positions of leadership, sometimes even the church, they set some standards that make it so difficult for people to sacrifice. An example I can give, it's not in, especially maybe it's not in our church, it may not be so common, but for example, in some churches you'll find if a person gives more offertory, they'll give them special seats in front. So they glorify power, they glorify position, they glorify dressing, they glorify all those things that give off the power. So I believe leaders they reward the anti-white martyrdomness, if I can call it that. And I think that example I gave really brings out that idea, in that even in the church it has reached, and even it's starting to creep in even in other religions, where you find, for example, if this person is known for always helping, giving out offertory, helping the church, being the biggest supporter of church activities, they get special treatment, they get all this. So it has really, the life of sacrifice has been discouraged by our leaders so much, in that because it has no reward. It's a personal conviction. It has no reward, and show me a person who doesn't want to be recognized, who they want to be, and I'll show you a person who's not serious. So life has really squeezed that white martyrdomness, especially in the modern times.
Once I was in a church and I saw the Prime Minister coming in, So I don't want to debate on what he just mentioned, but I want to ask you who the VIP with whom you sat with in your church meet the Prime Minister, and you?
Pardon? I don't get the
Yes,
question.
I said once I was lucky to sit with Prime Minister in the church.
Oh.
So for you, who in your life?
Oh,
So,
I
yeah.
haven't been opportuned, to start with Prime
A
Ministers.
VIP, no, a VIP person, any.
No, I haven't.
Even mayor of a district.
Nigeria is very big. They have a big population.
But I actually disagree with my brother because those white masters, they require support. They require those rewards to actually encourage them. Yeah. So when they don't get those support and emotional support mostly, they tend to get isolated. They tend to get depressed and all. So I believe that they need those supports. They need those encouragements, those rewards, to keep going.
That one.
Yes. About
The first question.
VIP.
Before we come to this one, yeah.
Okay, so I sing in a choir, and one time we had the privilege to sing a mass which has been attended by the first family. Yeah, the first lady and
Wow.
children. Yes.
So I want to start from there then to see if Andrew was right. So have you experienced that such special care that was given to the first family?
No, I didn't experience that special care in the church. No,
You didn't eyewitness any special care?
not in the church. Maybe outside the church, because yes, we know it's the first family. There have to be guards and everything. But in the church, yes, there were normal Christians. Though there were guards.
So the first family members were sitting anywhere?
Yes,
No
there were.
protocol. No protocol.
Okay, so I won't say there wasn't protocols, but there were protocols. There were guards, and that's normal because we know it's the first family. But in the church, no special treatment. They received the communion as we received it, and yeah, it was just normal. Yes.
So that was normal.
Sure.
Then coming back to her point, what is your opinion?
I actually disagree with her for the first time, because
Don't worry, 2 by 2. I support your idea.
because I think that what we define as martyrdom, white martyrdom, it has to include something that we call sacrifice. And when you're sacrificing something, you don't necessarily need to be recognized, because the thing that motivates you is not the reward from other people, but it's the personal conviction that you have in that thing. Let's say you are choosing celibacy over marriage. You don't need someone to support you, because you know for who you are doing it, if you're doing it for God. So I don't think you need any kind of reward, because you know the reward will come from God. So you don't need a human reward.
But those people are still humans. They can lose focus as a result of isolation. You agree on that?
Yes, that's why we call them martyrs.
Yeah, but
Yes.
okay.
Basically, in church, let us all be the same. Let us be known as Christians. You get. I think 2 weeks ago in Uganda, what was training? Some pastor Ben Hin, I think, he was in Uganda. So the picture they were showing in front, the all ministers, first family, what? And the people he prayed for, the people who were crying then. But then people there just know it was a money thing. But then you start wondering, is that like? So what's now the person who? So I think you're getting my point in that. Let us be known as Christians when we enter church.
Yeah, simple stuff.
Give anonymously. We don't need to know that you've given what. Give anonymous, and we'll be Christians in church. Let the protocol, when we get out, let the protocol come in, but in church, let us be known as Christians.
Oh my goodness. And then as a journalist, how do you think we are going to find out that you are a white martyr?
Your white matter?
Yes.
I don't
If
think
you don't show that.
I don't think you need to know.
Sure.
I don't think you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
An example I can give of a modern white matter is Uruguay had a president between 2010 and 2015, Pepe something, Jose something. He was known as the poorest president, and his conviction was he wanted to be humble, following our Lord's teachings. That is the most modern white matter I can, because he lived a humble life. He refused to stay in the state house, he refused the salary, he was all about serving, being humble, and he was trending. He used to drive these old Beetles, and he was staying in his mother's house. So if that is, he's a full president, he could get anything he wants. But so we knew him because he was a president, but we didn't know him because he put it out. He didn't put it out. So people don't need to know. I think if I can maybe quote a scripture, the second letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians, I think that's chapter 11, verse 30. If I must boast anything, let it be for what? For my weakness. Again, if I must boast for anything, let it be for my weakness. So I don't think journalists need to know.
Okay.
And to only add on what he says, most of the times we discover stories of martyrs after their life. Like during their life, we don't know about them, but after their life, after they have passed away, years have passed, that's when we discover who they were. So it has to tell us something that's...
Oh yeah, we need to know that
Okay.
you are white matter.
No.
So,
But how about cases where people knowing can actually save the person's life? Yes. Like a case of David Hunde, a Nigerian journalist, when he was held captive in Nairobi. It was because people knew he was being held there, and people started protesting, talking about it. That was the reason he was released. Apart from that, nobody would have known where he was. So how about cases like that?
So
I was going to ask the same.
you're going to ask the same. I don't really think that it's the same case we're talking about. Yeah, I'm not really sure that, because what we're talking about is someone is being maybe oppressed, and we hear the voice of the victim.
No, he was speaking for people. He was speaking for the cause of others.
Risking his life or her life.
Risking his life for people. He wasn't doing it for his own purpose.
Risking. Okay, we are talking about white martyrdom.
Sure.
Okay, let's say that he is not risking his life. Maybe he's risking even his reputation
Sure.
Career.
and career. Yeah.
And he needs people to know that he's risking.
No, he doesn't need people to
That's
know,
right.
but in this case, it saved his life because people knew.
I still think that's a different topic. Why I think it's a different topic. So the moment, if it's going to be known, let it be God's will. Let it be known by Christians who talk. Let it not be known because you're putting yourself out there. You get? Let it be known. Let it be known that this guy is actually dedicated to God. He's doing this and that. He's doing this and that. Let the people who see you, don't let it not be you. Don't go to PACIS TV and say, "Hey, I've not eaten for 7 days." So
He isn't even
This is
a
to inspire.
Christian.
To inspire.
He isn't. He's not
As
a Christian.
Christians, we want someone to inspire.
then that
To
you
learn from
it will reach
his
you. It will
experience.
reach you if it's God's will.
Yes,
It will
yes.
reach it. Fine. If God will. Do you know when the Uganda matters were recognized? It was recognized years later.
Like 100 years after.
Yeah, no, I think they were close to after Museveni, so it was around 80 years something. But they were recognized years. I think it's around that. Years later, that's when I think it was Pope John Paul II who recognized them. See the years that passed when they died gruesome death. So, but they were now they were recognized as that was red martyrdom. If it's to happen, let it happen. But don't ban me, and I'm screaming, remember me. That beats. If it's to reach journalists, it will reach them. It might be after you die, but it will reach them.
According to Matthew, the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5, verses, is it 13?
The Beatitudes. the 8 Beatitudes.
The right and the salt be the right, the light. So Jesus is asking us to be the light. Yeah, if you are the light, do you expect the people to see the light being under the basket? You have to go there on the top of the mountain and let the light be seen.
But let your deeds speak for you. Let your deeds speak for you. Don't speak for your deeds. The deeds need to speak for you, not the other way around.
Okay.
Sure.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now we buy there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at some other examples of what matters in our today's world, be it religious or secular. You talked about President, talked about David
Hunde.
Yeah, David Hunde.
Yeah.
Do you have some other examples, be it in religious life or
No,
secular?
for David Hunde, it wasn't religious. Yeah, it was speaking for the oppressed, policies against the people and all. And there's also case of Malala something similar, Malala something, a female education activist in Pakistan who survived assassination as well. Yeah. She's not related to religion as well.
I can speak of a priest in Rwanda, part of the white missionaries. He actually wedded me, Father Jeff. He used to be in Kigali, comfortable, and when his mission changed to go to rural Rwanda, he went to some of the most rural areas, like one of the hardest areas in Bugesera. I know if he's seeing this, he may tell me why did you put me out, but that is an example, because when he went there, the situation was really not good, and that's a mission. That's why it mattered to him, because he couldn't send him to the mission. He went, and he didn't object, he didn't ask for anything. He just went to serve. That's a good example. Many priests, especially these white fathers, they send their missionaries to the remotest areas and they go and serve. So we have to also recognize and pray for them so that they really succeed in their mission, in their missions, because they really go to some of the hardest areas.
Yeah, so do you think there's a way that communities can help those experiencing white martyrdom?
Yes. So number one is prayer. You have to pray for them. So number two is selflessly helping them. If, for example, a person goes to an area and there is no electricity, there is no electricity, if you can help them with a generator and another person give them diesel, that would be really good. If a person is going to a place which is so remote, there is no, it will really be uncomfortable, you can support them in such a way. If their mission is to go there, I'm using the priest because I know some priests who have really gone to remote areas, and that is a way of selflessly giving. They're not advertising themselves, they're not putting themselves out there, but as a community, we support their mission, their white martyrdom. We support it so that to encourage them that we are praying for you, we are behind you, and the Lord really sees what you're doing.
So with that, should we say that white martyrdom is individual, personal, or community journey? Antoine?
I don't think that white martyrdom is only individual. I think it's a matter of community, in the sense that actually the community should actually help the idea of white martyrdomness, if I would say, to grow, or to thrive, because what we mostly need in our community is to be trained that white martyrdom is a value, opposing the idea that you have to seek only your good and your good yourself, or your self-being, your self-well-being, but to also teach to people that white martyrdom is a value, one of the values, one of the virtues that we also have to like to cultivate. Yeah.
Sure. The following question, you want to add something before I speak?
Yeah, apart from prayers and awareness, like they added, I want to add the support, emotional support I mentioned earlier. Yeah, it can save them from depression, isolation, and all, and also financial assistance too. Can also go a long way for white Martyrdom.
Thank you. The following question was meant for Andrew, but considering the way he hates media, no, this is too heavy. He dislikes
Thank you.
media. So I want this question. I want to direct this question to you. What is the role of media in highlighting or silencing the white Martyrdom?
Oh, the media plays a major role in highlighting it. They can encourage it as well as discourage it. So they encourage it by putting the story out there, creating awareness about those individuals involved. They can also discourage it by distorting the stories. They can change the stories of events, how it occurred. Yeah.
Yeah, now I changed my mind, Mr. Andrew. You don't dislike it, because if it was the case, then you wouldn't be here. What is the role of media in highlighting or silencing modern white matters? Though we said it is not really necessary for the journalists to know it.
So my sister has said something that is really important.
Wow.
Do not
So
finally. Do not distort or rewrite to fit a narrative that your network pushes. If your network is too liberal, and this person, can I give an example of COVID?
Yeah, please.
Novak Djokovic refused to take the COVID vaccine due to his body autonomy. So don't push the narrative and say he's anti-vax, ban him. So don't push the narrative your network pushes. Don't change the narrative. However, don't distort the reason why. Don't say he's doing this to show off if his real reason is that personal conviction to God. So don't change the narrative. However, reporting the truth. Reporting the truth is the best thing the media can do. Obviously, media networks have to make money. They have to push narrative. They have sponsors.
Sure.
That's the truth. They have sponsors, and they have to show these ads, push a narrative. However, for white Martyrdom, that's the only thing we request. Don't change the narrative. Don't push an agenda. Report the truth, not as you see it, but as that person sees it.
Antoine, are you ready to invite media for when you start your white Martyrdom journey? You started the journey already, or you plan to start it? We don't know. We don't want it to know it right now, but do you think one time you are going to invite media? Because according to what Gloria said and to what Andrew said, the media may play a prominent role.
Sure. I'm sure it can play a prominent role, but for the conception of martyrdom or white martyrdom that I have, I don't think I will need the media to speak about it. I think if it will be to be known, yeah, God will find a way. Yes.
Wow. So with that, we come to the end of our today's conversation. So, dear viewers, join me. First of all, I thank you so much for being with us. And also, please join me in thanking our today's guests. Gloria, Mary. I was going to start from Mary, but you said, no. That is not how it works. So, Gloria, Mary, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you
It was a blessing.
inviting me, for giving me the opportunity. This is actually my first time being in a TV show.
At PACIS TV or in general?
In general.
Okay, would you mind coming next time?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would love to get used to
Really?
it. Yeah.
Okay, good. So, but this is conditional. Please come with a topic. Thank you in advance. Antoine Muhumbania, Janzu, asante sana.
Asante pia.
Andrew, thanks so much. I knew you had a lot to do, but you said, okay, please, I will make sure I get there in time. So thanks so much for keeping that promise.
Yes, it's really a pleasure. Thanks for the invite, and I will be coming. And please don't forget to subscribe to PACIS TV.
Wow.
Yes, to get more of these shows.
All right. So thank you so much. I want also to thank Sugira, who invested his efforts and knowledge and practical skills to make sure that the voice, the sound, the image is perfect. So thanks so much, Sugira, and also Seth, who mixed the voice and other technical stuff so that you can enjoy the show. My name is Felieshti. Stay blessed. See you next time.